Alright, this is Cisco routers, week 2, Tuesday, summer term. I think we got the big picture in all the way up through routing protocols, but we have a lot of details to cover. We started out, we talked about router functions. We talked about how a packet with this destination address, which is the work server here on campus, what routers would do with that. Well, we wrote out all the bits, and the blue is the address from here. The red underneath there is the mask. /24. And then the orange would be the AND. And you can see by the ANDing process what we end up with is what's in the box. We end up with the network part of the address, and the router can use that to compare it to the routing table and figure out which interface to send it out of. So from home, goes here, the internet, comes back to the ICN, comes into our network, ends up back at the server PC here on campus. You can see we have the numbers we use to figure out the address in bits. Alright, we talked about these two terms at the beginning to make sure we have an understanding of those. And then the term metrics came up, and we made sure we had at least a general understanding of these particular metrics that can be used to determine the best routes. We compared routing, helps build a routing table, and a routed protocols like IP. Routing protocols that we're going to talk about in here: RIP version 2, talk a little bit about version 1, EIGRP, and OSPF. IS and IS we don't cover, but OSPF. OSPF is a link state routing protocol. EIGRP and RIP, those two are a distance vector routing protocol. Distance vector, we look at the neighbors to determine what we put in our routing table. Link state creates an entire map of the network. Both of those are dynamic routing protocols. Now we can use those in combination with some static routes or static routing in order to build our routing table the way we want it. Those are all interior. These are all interior routing protocols down in here that we talked about. And then an exterior one, we gave one example, is BGP out on the internet. So here's a broad view of that particular part of the notes. And our IP addressing work with ANDing, and then the metrics. And that's it for right now.